So yeah, this reminds me of the old days when back in 1930.
Yeah, there's a good crowd here today.
Oh, well, you're not officially on, ma'am. Could you please escort yourself to the back of the building? There's a police line there. Officers, can we get a...
Okay. Not that this really matters, but... Alright. Police, Muscatine County Sheriff, Fire, American Legion, VFW, Search and Rescue. So, if you want me to
change this?
It'll just, I mean, you might just need to skip around, so.
Okay. What is it now?
So we have police first.
And, you know, Diane's a judge. She's so, is she going to come down and tell us who wins? Or?
Okay, so there.
Hearing some behind the scenes, the inner workings of a broadcast. Do we have any way to check? Are you looking at your phone or anything like that? Go ahead and make sure to press record there. Little background chatter here, folks, just to make sure you know that your TV set and or your YouTube speakers are receiving sound. This is Muscatine Access Channel 9, providing the services as well. The poop pals are here, and there's some poop right there they can take care of. See the little, there's some nuggets. Oh yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for business for that company. But you'll get to know them as they come parading by here, and we'll tell you a little bit more about their information. Really, really large turnout of people here. The weather turned out to be exactly on time so that we didn't have to use the cliche phrase, "Don't rain on my parade," at least not in the literal sense. Of course, there was a kids' parade this morning, I believe, maybe not, but more importantly, the Almost Fireworks Fest is going to be happening. They're all set up and ready to go. And the fireworks were never in jeopardy because it's going to be a nice, clear night for fireworks happening at dusk. So we're back after a 2-year delay. Had some complications in our world, but now it looks like the crowds down here are interested and excited to see this parade and the entrance that we have. Fairly nice assortment of floats. And yeah, looking down Iowa Avenue here, another opportunity for complications was that the new Stanley Center for Peace and Security just was able to time it to perfection to get the road open so that the parade can do its usual route. Though we are at a brand new location in front of the Muscatine Chamber, who along with partners such as the City of Muscatine and Muscatine Power and Water and the MCC, Muscatine Community College, help make all this work. Of course, the police department helps with the road closures and the street department. And there's a lot that goes on to putting on a parade, so we appreciate the Muscatine Chamber of Commerce for doing their part. And of course, we have a special guest commentator this year. You'll get to know her when we do the close-up shots. And she's somebody I've known for a while. So this is Chad Bishop reporting. 2 years ago was the last time we did this, and we were at the place called the Musser Public Library on their balcony. We would help ourselves to the buildings, facilities in their deck. And in all actuality, I think this new spot's working really, really well. I think it's going to provide some new, fresh camera angles and a different approach to setup and enjoying the downtown festivities. Maybe in the background you can hear some fire snaps, because this street is loaded up. And I've done this parade and the Great River Days parade probably about 35 times in my lengthy career. And I can tell you just right off the bat, my perspective, it's always been from that same vantage point on the library. Back in the day, we even used to go up on the roof of the library, the old library. Well, yeah. But wow, this has reminded me of the Oscar Grossheim type photos from the 30s and 40s, 20s, because it's just a lined up street of people. We have 2 views, so that's, oh, 8? Oh, well, thanks for those 8 people watching. I think 2 of those might be us. But I think I know what's going on, and the views will increase, but I'm happy to say that even though we don't mind providing live broadcasting, I'd much rather prefer people come to events in person when it's an option, and then they can enjoy the rebroadcast for years and years to come, because every once in a while I pull out one of these old parades, and they're always fun to watch. So we're gonna take our seats here because the sirens are a-blazing. All right, so the signal strength went really low, but I think we're live. But we would have heard by now. But we're gonna have. We'll just have to think about it for next year if we can get a little bit hotter. But we had some settings we could tweak, so. It's definitely being recorded, and I think most people are just here, so what a turnout. All right, so hello and welcome to the Muscatine's annual 4th of July Parade. My name is Chad Bishop from the Muscatine Community College, Channel 9, and sitting alongside me is, well, actually, I'm not sure who this is. What's your name?
My name is, hi, Chad. Well, this is Peg Heather, retired realtor and longtime Muscatine advocate and cheerleader, so I'm really excited to be here watching this good old-fashioned 4th of July parade.
Well, it's been a while since you were a drum majorette, but you even have been in the parade back from time to time as at good old West Middle School.
That's correct, yep.
Now, some people may know, I'm aware that you're actually my mother, so Peg, is it all right if I call you Peg?
You may, yeah. Today only, you may call me Peg.
Now, when you were bringing me into the world, did you ever imagine that years later you'd have such a great opportunity to co-host the Muscatine Parade? I mean, I'm sure you must have had your suspicions.
Well, I could tell from the beginning that there was something special about you, and it was going to lead to great things, and so here we are.
Now, we are your hosts, and this year's theme is Blast from the Past. So we have plenty of sponsors the Chamber has. We'll be mentioning them every once in a while. And we'll have a moment of not silence from us, because the police like to show off their sirens and kind of get things started with a high energy. But some of our sponsors include Eastern Iowa Light and Power, Jim and Carla Reynolds, Mark and Christine Post, and Joni Axel, Martin and Whitaker Surveyors, H&I Corporation, H&I, Kent Corporation, MPW, SSAB, Accent Pro Support, CBI Bank and Trust, First National Bank, Stanley Consultants, Trucks Unlimited, YPN of Muscatine, CBI Bank and Trust, Feather Your Nest Interiors, Keep Muscatine Beautiful, the City of Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, and Channel 9. Those last 4 were partners, and of course we mentioned them earlier. Now this first one is the Muscatine Police Department and a guy by the name of Mayor Bark. So I believe This is being driven by Lieutenant Jeff Urek. And we'll... All right, well, we're just gonna let you listen. Following them is the fire department and American Legion post, but we're just gonna let you listen to the sounds here. All right, so here we go, off and running. Now that was the Muscatine Police Department, and now of course it's the Muscatine Fire Department. Such great opportunities, and hopefully they don't have much to do tonight, because fireworks can sometimes be a dangerous situation. But so far so good, as we're gonna have a great blast from the past.
Well, I think we also see the search and rescue is involved in this, so.
Yes, I've used their services many times when I was wondering where I was.
Yeah.
Muscatine Fire Department. And that kind of does remind me, those brand new ambulances there, we were able to donate 2 of them to a cause over across in the Ukraine, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. They'll be having some Muscatine ambulances over in that side of the world.
And we got the crowd's giving us some applause here as the veterans, American Legion Post, are the next in line. The Muscatine icon is the E.H. Blitzer American Legion Post with their post number 27 parade locomotive.
So, I recognize that.
Well, give them a nice hand.
Yeah, that's a customized 1947 truck for the Honor Guard. They're waving us through. Yes. We always start with kind of the most important parts, really. All gave some and some gave all. So this is BF post number 1565's entry. That last one was post 27. Veterans float, it says all gave some and some gave all. Followed by another, oh, and that's a VFW Cadillac hearse. Right. Now there's the search and rescue. You were searching for them, and
I knew they were coming.
Now they rescued you by being right there. We do live along the river, so for obvious reasons, it's nice to have a team that can go out into our lakes and waterways and help when needed. Wow, what a crowd out here. Oh, they've got a nice one there. Muscatine County Emergency Management Agency. Okay, here comes our parade marshals. I believe they're in the shot now. This year's 4th of July parade marshal is Jean Harper, wife of husband Charles Harper. Charlie and his family ride his penny farthing high wheel bikes, which will be coming down the road. Like to say R&P to Charlie. That does not stand for rest in peace. That stands for ride in peace, because Charlie Harper was not afraid to get on his bike and ride. And here come the Farling bikes right now. Have you ever had a chance to ride one of those?
No, I've never even attempted it. Now, some of those folks are also members of the Mellon City Bike Club. It's a local club here in Muscatine that promotes safe biking, bicycling for family, and they have lots of different rides. If you're interested, you can contact the Harpers, Harper Schwinn Cyclery down on Grandview Avenue in Muscatine, and find out about how to get involved in cycling.
Yeah, this is a nice place to do a little loop.
They make it look easy, but I don't think it's easy to ride those at all.
Well, not getting on them at least.
Yeah.
I think I've seen those on RagRide for just brief spurts. Don't have to worry about shifting or anything.
Son Greg's even got Charlie's hat on. I don't know if you noticed that when he went by.
Kind of looked familiar.
Yep.
All sorts of bikes. I think, they've got kind of their vintage bikes out.
There's a vintage Swin just rolled by with Gene Harper. Or let's see, that was Karen Harper on that bike.
I try to ride my bike as many as possible, and we've got some great trails all the way out to Deep Lake Park, so definitely a bike-friendly community, and thanks to the folks at Harper's for being involved year after year.
So what we got coming here? Looks like this is something to do with Muscatine Power and Water.
Yeah, it's their milestone anniversaries. They're celebrating 100 years of electric power and 25 years of communication services.
So that's an electric vehicle there.
Yes.
It says plug into the future. Huh.
Yeah, and those come in handy when gas prices are getting up there, but also just kind of a fun opportunity for our power company to help highlight their efforts to actually convince people to use less energy when possible.
And those are MPW employees walking along there and distributing candy to the kids along the route.
Now, 25 years of communication services, that's about how long I've worked there, and we're happy to have MPW involved because they're the ones who help sponsor and support the Channel 9.
There's the camera.
There's Gage Houston, one of the employees there. And yes, you can throw candy, kids. We saw the sheriff do that, so we know it's good. Just stay close to the street. And now here comes their big bad rig here.
That's their bucket truck,
yes.
Isn't it? Yep.
That just looks so sweet. They're showing off their new logo, just kind of keeping it simple. MPW. They've been providing our water since 1900.
Okay, so who we got? Oh, Curtis Pest Control Inc. They've been in business for 21 years here in Muscatine, serving the community. Their slogan is, if you want the best, call Curtis Pest. Quite a truck there with the, with the decals on it.
Sometimes I do prefer the services of the best, and yeah, they've been at it for a long time, so I think they've got a pretty good handle on helping take care of the pests, and I always like they come out with their spiders on their truck like that.
Yeah.
I think they've been in almost every parade too, so that's, like I said, I've done every parade for the last 21 years myself, and I believe I've seen them every year, so wow. I think they get a special award for that.
Yeah. Well, here's another staple of the parade though coming down. This is the Muscatine Girls Softball Association. It's a nonprofit organization. It welcomes girls ages 6 to 18 to learn how to play softball in a fun, healthy, and safe environment. Look at the fun they're having on this parade route today.
Oh yeah, they're in a Chevy truck, pull-behind trailer, and yeah, it looks like they've got pretty good arms on them. So that's probably a bonus to being involved in softball, is you can really hurl the candy at nice velocities. Maybe give some of the kids that are a little further back a chance to get some celebratory snacks. Some of the team names.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're marching in team. They're with their team. We got Berlins, we got the Purple Dragons. I missed a couple as they went by.
Get what? Now, I've never thrown candy in a parade, but one thing, you do have to pace yourself because the people at the end of the parade, they like their candy too.
Now here comes one of my favorites, the bands, the marching bands. Because as you said, Chad, I used to be in a marching band, and so it's always a thrill for me to see them. This one's got the Pom Pom Squad leading them. So this would be the Muscatine High School band with that Muscatine Cheer Squad.
And we're going to go ahead and point the microphone towards the music so you can enjoy their sound quality as well. Wow, that's always the fun part. We have H&I Workplace Furnishings are up next. Be more than an employee at H&I. They pride themselves on being a company that cultures and values their members. They have ideas and encourage them to take a sense of ownership in their work while continuing to develop their skills. Be more than an employee at H&I.
Okay, so now here we got some more baseball. This is the Muscatine Baseball Academy. Coming here soon.
Muskie Danger Zone Top Gun is their theme. Muskie Baseball Academy is blasting back to an all-time favorite and taking you into the Muskie Danger Zone this 4th.
We're probably going to hear that
Top
theme
Gun.
here. They've got a pickup truck coming here with a boat and trailer. Those are all part of this Muscatine Baseball Academy. Uh-oh, got some squirt guns coming too here. I hope they're kind to the commentators.
Yeah, don't get our equipment wet or there'll be some problems. Yeah, that's a fun idea though. I never thought of using a boat as a float.
Yeah.
But
Bubbles,
it makes sense.
bubbles.
You've got your trailer already rigged up, and they can probably put it in later to watch the fireworks.
So there's all the little muskie players and their parents.
Yep, and they're playing this song Danger Zone.
Yep.
I think a few people saw the Top Gun sequel, a few million.
It was a good one. I'll see it again. It's very good. So
Jamming forward. First National Bank of Muscatine is jamming forward as they transition to Midwest One Bank. Their float is 80s theme featuring a giant boombox and employees walking along. Jamming forward. First National Bank, they're going to have to update their banners. So they're getting one last crack at it before they change the name, but as far as I know, it's going to be, if anything, just more of the great service that they're able to provide our community.
So Rebuilding Together is coming down here shortly.
We'll give them just a moment to get in the camera frame. Let's remind ourselves of some of our many sponsors, Eastern Iowa Light and Power. And we had some individual contributors, Jim and Carla Reynolds, Mark and Christine Post, and Joni Axel, so that's always fun. Martin and Whitaker Surveyors, H&I Corporation, Kent Corporation, MPW, SSAB, Accent Pro Support, CBI Bank of Trust, First National Bank, Stanley Consultants, Trucks Unlimited, YPN Muscatine, CBI Bank and Trust, and Feather Your Interiors. Partners include Keep Muscatine Beautiful, the City of Muscatine, MPW, of course, ours, Channel 9, and I would also like to acknowledge Peg Heather's partnership this year. First annual. Muskie.
So Rebuilding Together just rounded the corner, and I was going to make you guess how many projects they've completed, but it was part of their float.
140 homes repaired.
That's amazing.
Celebrating 15 years, and then they're followed by the Muskie Prospects. There's 6 softball teams of the Muskie Prospects, and they range from 8 and under and 16 and under. So nice to see a lot of good athletics opportunities here. Just kind of a way to remind residents of all the different groups and ways you can be active in our community.
Well, we're blessed with having those amazing softball fields in Muscatine, the Kent Stein complex. 14 fields down there, plus Tom Bruner Field. So it's a beautiful facility, and I'm glad you can see by the many different clubs and teams marching today that it's highly used, and that's great.
Thanks to Kent and Stein. Those, if you think about the name, it almost seems like it's a deliberate, but back in the day, must have been a major contribution to be able to build that many high-quality baseball and softball stadiums. Now, this isn't the Poop Pals, but something stinky is coming. Stinky's House of Horrors. They are clowning around this year. Stinky's House of Horrors is a local haunt that collects and donates non-perishable food items to the Muscatine Salvation Army.
He has fun doing what he does, and he's a good help to Salvation Army. I honestly don't know how many tons of food he collects, but it's a great amount.
He got a nickname of Stinky back in the day, and he just rode with it because it's just kind of fun, especially when you're starting a House of Horrors. law enforcement
There's the
here.
Iowa Department of Natural Resource Conservation Office.
Okay.
Never been out in the trails or in the parks here in the county. You will see the DNR hard at work keeping things maintained and cleaned and safe for all of us to enjoy.
Here's the Waffle and Pancake House. It's located at 303 2nd Street in downtown Muscatine, Iowa. Now, waffles are just pancakes with abs. And if you eat enough of them, you will need some abs from your food source because you won't have them on your body, but everything in moderation. Have you been there?
Oh, many times.
It's great stuff.
Many times. I'm a regular. In fact, the waitress even knows what I order all the time. That's how often I'm there. But anyway, so who we got here? This is the Pearl City Cheer and Tumble Squad.
Yep, they're a new competitive cheerleading program in Muscatine. They offer tumbling and cheerleading for all the ages between 3 to 18. After that, if you cheer and tumble, it's just...
You're on your own.
Yep, you're gonna have to do it yourself. But hopefully a lot of people will be cheering and tumbling later tonight. Maybe not the tumbling part, but of all ages. But no, yet another fun one, and they are not afraid to blast some music to keep the party going for us here. Coming down the road now is Muscatine Church of Christ. Their theme of their float is Make a Splash for Jesus. Muscatine Church of Christ announces their vacation Bible school, Make a Splash for Jesus, which features Bible lessons, crafts, games, t-shirts, swimming on July 24th from 5 to 8:30 at Weed Park. So their website, muscatinechurchofchrist.org, if you want some more information. That looks like a good one. Now keep in mind, this is a contest too, so there are prizes that have been judged by several judges on the course of the parade, and then the mayor had a choice as well. So as you're watching these floats, think about who you think maybe would be your favorite float, and you'll be able to find on the Facebook posts later on who won.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the judges earlier, and she said they're going to select a best of show, and they're going to select the entrance that most depicted the theme of this year, which is Blast of the Past. So that's what they're looking at as these various groups and floats go by. I have to ask that little girl if she'll bring me a Tootsie Roll. There's plenty of them laying around out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of candy opportunities. Now, if you are out here listening to our broadcast, one thing you might not think about, but it wouldn't be the worst idea if you helped clean up some of this mess as you were leaving, because there's a little litter going on. Now, I'm going to have you read this one. Sunnybrook, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's no longer called Sunnybrook. This is Addington Place of Muscatine. They changed their name, but they haven't redone their van yet. But it's assisted living and memory care. They're committed to providing exceptional care and living. They want their residents to be fully involved with the community. They believe that all the residents deserve to live life to the fullest. The red carpet is always rolled out, and living life to the fullest is not just a saying at Addington Place. It is their way of life. Beautiful facility. I'm glad they're taking part in the parade today.
Now here comes Muscatine County Republicans. Freedom, love for country, and respect for United States and American Constitution and Bill of Rights. Recommend all citizens to vote in the November 8th election. So that's another reminder to vote.
They have a float, and they got a couple of vehicles, so.
Yep, here's a little taste of who is currently elected and or running for office this upcoming November 8th.
Yep. And every vote counts. I was a precinct captain at the last general election, so I know how important it is to vote, and I know what an integral part of our democracy it is, and everyone needs to vote, and everybody that comes out and shows up at the polls does get a chance to vote in a fair and free election. So glad to see the groups out here supporting that too. More candy.
It's kind of like trick or treat, except you don't have to move. The candy comes to you. Yep. All you gotta do, Mom, if you want some candy, you just gotta wave your arm up. That's how Jeremy, our camera guy, has been getting his fix. All right. This looks like It's kind of wrapping up the county Republicans. We'll have a little break here before the next one comes up, but nice representation for the Republicans. The county would be coming up a little later. They usually like a little space there.
Give me a Tootsie Roll.
Jeremy, if you can hear us there, can you get us a Tootsie Roll, please? Oh, don't be taking candy from strangers. God. He was literally going to take candy from a baby. Anyway, here comes Walnut Park Baptist Church. It is using their soccer-themed float to get the word out about their annual summer soccer camp. They provide this 4-day clinic to the community every summer for free. And looks like a blast. July 18th to the 21st this year.
It's coming up. I would suggest if you think you want to be involved, give them a jingle. Walnut Park Baptist Church.
Okay, now here comes the Muscatine Academy of Music and Dance.
They're dancing through the decades.
Come for class, stay for community at Muscatine Academy of Music and Dance, an academy where sky's the limit. Come join our music and dance family. Ooh, they've got the block rocker, yep.
They're jamming away. And right behind them, here come the Muscatine County Girl Scouts, another thing I took part in as a girl. A lot of fun being a Girl Scout.
The audience is getting to know a lot about you, Peg. Thanks for sharing all that, because yeah, it's kind of fun to connect this to your own history, because you've lived here, lifelong residents, so you're proud of the community, as I am.
Yep. From the past to the present, 110 years of Girl Scouts. The Muscatine County Girl Scouts are out there. They're celebrating their 110 years of scouting with uniforms from past to present. I'm sure there's still camps to go to. These girls have probably either been to camp this summer or anxiously awaiting their turn to go. It's a lot of fun. Girl Scouts is a great thing to belong to.
Okay, now this tractor, which is in your image, I believe, it is being driven by Salo Bianco. It's been restored, John Deere tractor, and this is 1937 technology. Wow, what a fun tractor.
Beautiful, beautiful. Iowa Lodge number 2 is representing the Iowa Masons. That's the oldest fraternal organization in the world. It has a fraternity that Masons contribute a little over $2 million per day for the betterment of people. Masonry making good men better.
Here come the Muscatine County Democrats. The 1940s, America Meets the Challenge is their theme. Muscatine County Democrats honor and thank the greatest generation for their contributions to the nation in 1940s. And there's Shelley there. She's running for an office, and you can read the names of the others in there.
Oh, and it wouldn't be a parade without the Shriners. Here they come. Representing the Cayaba Shrine. We got a couple of Honda three-wheelers here. Carrot. Okay, here we go. Woo! Now you had one of those, Chad. Could you do that when you had one of those? Don't tell me, because I don't want to know.
Yeah, I've had many near-death experiences.
Oh. Now he's eating he's got a lollipop in his mouth while he's doing that.
Tricksters.
Yep.
They're from Iowa City. I think some of those Shriners joined just so they can do this fun stuff at parades.
I think they do too. And Next Gen Motor will be coming along soon. They're waiting for the Shriners to give them a little room.
They are here with the intention of changing the experience we have always known car buying to be. We strive to care about our customers as people first. We believe in honesty and integrity, offering pre-owned vehicles, auto repair, and service. Serving the Muscatine area from our one generation to the next. That's Next Gen Motors. Welcome to Muscatine in their new location, and I believe they are up and running. If you haven't had a chance to go out and check out their inventory and say hi, we wish them all the best, as we do all the great businesses that choose to
Yep, another
provide commerce.
Another family-owned business. It's always good to see that.
Now, my son claims that I'm a libertarian. Maybe I am. But in this case, we're looking at Rick Stewart, who's a libertarian who wants to be your first choice for Iowa governor. His first girlfriend was from Muscatine, and he fell in love with Muscatine too. So, kind of neat to have some Iowa governor candidates gracing our streets here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun
that's
little
fun.
picture. Yeah.
Oh, there he is, walking right alongside. There he is.
He said he's the gold standard, so all right.
Well, he's really working it. And right behind him is Lynn Schenkel in a 1995 Jeep Wrangler, which she painted military style and mounted some flags on the back.
And we got some horses, and that means we're coming to the end of the parade, but that's just Cowboys and Indians, I believe, is what we've got here. Megan's riding the Buckbeat. Oh, Buckbeat is the name of the horse.
Right.
It's a Muscatine paint. Sonya's riding Spirit, an Arabian horse. Jenna's riding Loki. Sora.
That's a quarter horse, and Maylin is riding a quarter horse as well. And we even got a guy with a lariat.
Yep. No full horses today, just quarter horses. All right, waiting for this. The highlight of any parade is a business in town, and they're called Poop Pals, and they're probably going to be demonstrating some of their skills later on because they're following the horses, and sometimes those horses, they're not shy about when and where they make room for more hay. And that concludes the parade. I would like to thank myself, Chad Bishop. I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
Otherwise, it is a thankless job because no, but it is a lot of fun, and it's kind of fun that we were able to get back here. Yeah, Jeremy Ferguson, we're giving him credit. He didn't end up getting us any candy, but
he worked hard on the cameras, and his mom was keeping it in line.
Yeah, we got
in there, so.
That was our theme for our float was bring your mom to work day.
Bring your mom.
So, but our partners, though, in all seriousness, were Keep Muscatine Beautiful, City of Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, and Channel 9. And along those same lines, it's basically we do work at Muscatine Community College, so they're an implied partner with anything that you see involving the local access Channel 9 and Civic TV Channel 2, and we'd like to thank them for having us.
And then, of course, there is still the Almost Fireworks Fest going on downtown here from 5 o'clock to 8 p.m., followed by the fireworks at dusk. So
now that's if you're watching it live. If you're watching the rebroadcast, please disregard. Disregard that.
Yeah, don't run downtown. Only today, July 4th, 2022.
Yeah. But it's never a bad idea to go down and see what's going on at the riverfront because there's some really cool events coming on. And yeah, that was pretty fun. I guess I hadn't known that I liked parades until you miss it for 2 years. Then you realize how fun they are and how many different people in the community get a chance to kind of just celebrate being together and living in this town. And as we wrap things up, we will sign off for now. Thank you, Peg Heather, for bringing me into this world and for being a partner as a commentator.
Well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
I think you did a good job, so that means you might be invited back. But either way, thanks for helping out because, I think it's a lot of fun. You get to watch the parade and kind of know the inside scoop.
Yep.
All right, well, we'll see you next time.
Yep.